Welcome all. Myself Dr. Dinesh Navle. For this video, we are going to be discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature. In detail, we are going to be see the IUPAC nomenclature of some of the carboxylic acid derivative. So, which carboxylic acid derivative we are going to be discuss? So, we are going to be discuss about the ester, amide, acid halide, and anhydride. So, for this discussion, we are going to be specially see the IUPAC nomenclature of the carboxylic acid derivative like ester, amide, acid halide, and anhydride. All these four are the acid derivatives. So, whenever we are going to be start the IUPAC nomenclature, let's first see what is the IUPAC. So, IUPAC is the International Union of the Pure and Applied Chemistry, which has set up some of the basic rule while giving the nomenclature to the compound. So, whenever we are going to be discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of any of the organic compound, four things which are important that we should be aware, which are nothing but the suffix, parent hydrocarbon, locant, and the prefix. Suffix is nothing but it is the principal functional group. Suffix is the principal functional group. Parent hydrocarbon will be the longest carbon chain, and locant will be the location of the principal functional group, and prefix will be the substituent. That means if you are able to get all these four things correctly, that is prefix, locant, parent hydrocarbon, and suffix, we can easily give the correct IUPAC name to the any of the organic compound. So, before going for the IUPAC nomenclature of the acid derivative, first see which are the general rule for going to be utilized for the IUPAC nomenclature. So, these are the rules which are commonly used for giving the IUPAC nomenclature for most of the organic compound. The very first rule is what? Choose the longest possible carbon chain, which is the basic of any of the organic nomenclature for the IUPAC system. Second rule is what? After choosing the longest possible carbon chain, give the lowest possible number to the principal functional group and first group attached to the main chain, that is a substituent. So, we have to do the first thing, a lowest possible number should be given to the principal functional group and the first group which is attached to the substituent. Third rule is what? For each substituent on the chain, we should indicate its position. That means at what carbon number that particular substituent has been present, we should be clearly indicated. The fourth rule is what? The position of the substituent of the chain is indicated by the lowest number possible. So, we have to give the lowest possible number to the substituent. When there are two or more than two more substituents are present of the given kind, that means they are the same kind of the prefixes, that time we have to utilize the sum of the prefixes like di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, etc. for the more than two substituents, but for the same kind. The combined substituent numbers and the name serve as the prefix for the basics IUPAC nomenclature. Separate the number from number and the number from the word by the commas. So, number and numbers are be separated by commas and numbers and words has to be separated by the hyphen. The next rule is what? List the substituent alphabetically by the name. If there are more than one substituents are there and if they are the different substituent, we have to utilize the alphabetical order while listing the substituent. And the last rule is what? Words are run together. There should not be the space while giving the IUPAC nomenclature. Now, we are going to be discuss the IUPAC nomenclature of the first carboxylic acid derivative, which is the ester. So, what are the rules for nomenclature of the ester functional group? So, esters are derived from the open chain alkane as well as the carboxylic acid and the alcohol. So, RC double bond R, which is the functional group for any of the ester molecule. So a functional group we can write down it as a COH, but it can be written as a COR, same like this. So functional group can be prepared from the carboxylic acid. So COH on reaction with alcohol will give the formation of the carboxylate ester as the molecule. So suffix are going to be utilized the alkyl alkanoate. So for carboxylic acid, a suffix will be utilized will be the alkyl alkanoate. So whenever we are going to utilize the alkyl alkanoate, we have to make sure this is the RC double bond O R, which is the ester molecule, which is the derivative of the carboxylic acid. So RC double bond O, which is written here by the black color, will be written as the alkanoate, and this R group which is attached to the alkoxy oxygen will be written as the alkyl. So while giving the IUPAC nomenclature for the ester molecule, a carboxylic acid group will be written as the alkanoate, whereas the alcohol part will be written as the alkyl. So IUPAC nomenclature of the carboxylic ester is going to become alkyl alkanoate, where alkyl belong to the alcohol, whereas the alkanoate belong to the carboxylic acid functional group. So we have to the first nomenclature for the ester molecule. So we have to see which is the carboxylic acid present here. So alkyl alkanoate is the basic suffix is going to be utilized. So alkyl group which is a part of alcohol. So in this case methyl group, one carbon atom is the alkyl group, and carboxylic acid part is the 1, 2, 3, 3 carbon atom. So it is a pentanoic acid. So it is a propanoic acid, not pentanoate. So it is a propanoic acid. So it is going to become as a propionate. ATE parts belong to the carboxylic acid. So 3 carbon atom. So it is a propionate. And 1 carbon atom is your methyl. So it is a methyl propionate will be the IUPAC nomenclature for the ester molecule. So this molecule I am again repeating it. Methyl group which is attached to the alcohol or the alkoxy oxygen will be written as it is. So alkyl group will be written as alkyl, and alkanate part belong to the carboxylic acid. So 3 carbon atom acid is there. So it is a propionate, and nomenclature will become methyl propionate. So the next structure is there. We have to see what is the alkyl group present, which is the part of this alkoxy. So methyl is there. So we are going to be write down methyl as it is, and acid part is going to be contain 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. If it is a 4 carbon, so it is a butanoic acid. So butyrate, or it is going to be also mentioned as a butanoate, alkanoate. So methyl butanate will be the IUPAC nomenclature of this ester. So whenever we are going to be see the IUPAC nomenclature of some of the substituted ester, we have to choose which is the alkyl part. Again, methyl group is the alkyl part, so we are going to be write down methyl as it is. Then we have to choose the longest acid chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atom chain is there for the carboxylic acid. So it is going to become as the hexanoate, alkanoate part. And methyl substituents are present at carbon number 4 and 5. 2 methyl is there, so we have to utilize the prefix as a di. So it is going to become as what? Methyl 4, 5 di methyl hexanoate will be the nomenclature. We have the another molecule where alkyl group will be the alkoxy, so which is the ethyl group. So it is going to become as ethyl as it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atom chain is here. So hexanoate. Substituents are present at carbon number 4 and 5. So it is a 4, 5 dimethyl. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become ethyl 4, 5 dimethyl hexanoate. So for this ethyl belong to this CH2 CH3. 4, 5 dimethyl, these are the substituent, and hexanoate is the longest possible carbon chain. So this will be the IUPAC nomenclature of this ester. So for this molecule, we again have alkyl group as the 3 carbon atoms are there, 2 carbon atoms are there, so it is the ethyl. And 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atom acid is there, so it is a butanoic acid. So we are going to be mention it as a butanoate. We are going to be mention it as the butanate. So it is the ethyl butyrate. So while writing the IUPAC nomenclature, we have to consider all the rules. Now for this next structure, we have to see which is the alkyl group is going to be present. So alkyl part will be the one carbon atom, so it is a methyl, and acid part will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atom changes. So it is going to become as what? Pentanoate. And IUPAC nomenclature is going to become as alkyl alkanoate. So it is going to become as the methyl pentanoate. So in case of this molecule, alkyl part will be the again which is alkoxy part. So it is a ethyl group. So ethyl will be written as it is. 3 carbon atom carboxylic acid there. So it is a propionate. So it is going to become as ethyl propionate. For next structure, we have to see, because ester is going to be made up from the carboxylic acid as well as alcohol. Alcohol, which is the alkyl group part, will be there. So here also in this structure, alkyl part will be the propyl group. So it is going to be written as the propyl, and alkanoate part belong to the acid. So it is a carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atom chain is there. So it is going to become as the pentanoate. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become as the propyl pentanoate. So while giving the IUPAC nomenclature of ester, first write down the alkyl part, then the alkanoate part. So in this case, alkyl part is this one, whereas the alkanoate part belong to the carboxylic acid group. So for this molecule, again, first write down the alkyl part. So what is the alkyl part in this example? So it is a methyl. So I am going to be write down methyl as it is. Then I have to choose the longest carboxylic acid group, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. So it is a hexanoate. So I am going to be write down the hexanoate. But there are 3 substituents which are present at carbon number 3. Numbering should be start from the carboxylic group. So it is a 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 methyl groups are present. 2 methyl at carbon number 3 and 1 methyl at carbon number 4. So for 3 methyl, we are going to be write down it as a trimethyl with position of the methyl group. So it is going to become as methyl 3, 3, 4 trimethyl hexanoate. So for the molecule which is are going to become the cyclic ester is there. That means it is a cyclohexane group or the any of the ring will be present. So it is going to become as what? It is the part. If you are going to be consider this methyl from the OCH3, other part is the carboxylic acid group. So we have to write down that as it is as the ATE part, alkanoate. So it is what? 2-methyl cyclohexane carboxylate, and it will be the methyl. So it is the alkyl part will be the methyl. Methyl belong to the alkyl part, CH3. Then alkanoate will be this carboxylic acid group. So it is a 2-methyl cyclohexane carboxylate. So IUPAC nomenclature of ester will be always end with ATE. So it is alkyl alkanoate, ATE. So acid part belong to the ATE, whereas the alcohol part belong to the alkyl group. So for this molecule, this will be the 5 membering is here. So it is a cyclopentane carboxylic acid group. So it is going to become cyclopentane carboxylate as the alkanoate part, whereas the alkyl part is a methyl. So IUPAC nomenclature is a methyl cyclopentane carboxylate. For this next molecule, this is again the ethyl part will be the alkyl group. So it is the ethyl, and remaining will be the carboxylate group. So which is the 3-methyl cyclopentane carboxylate, and IUPAC nomenclature is going to become ethyl 3-methyl cyclohexane carboxylate. So for this also again, this is the alkyl group ethyl, and this is the cyclohexane carboxylic group. So it is the cyclohexane carboxylate, and IUPAC nomenclature is going to become ethyl and then cyclopentane cyclohexane carboxylate. For next molecule, we have to first find out alkyl group, which is the ethyl part. So it is a methyl part. So it is a methyl, and then we have to see the remaining acid group. So it is a carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a butanoate, and 3 substituent is there at carbon number 3. It is a methyl. So it is a methyl, 3 methyl butanoate. Now alkyl part will be 1, 2, 3. So it is a propyl, and acid part contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is going to become as the pentanoate, and IUPAC nomenclature will be what? For 3 carbon atom it is propyl, and this carboxylic acid is the pentanoate. So it is a propyl pentanoate. So we have seen some of the IUPAC nomenclature of the carboxylic ester. Now we are going to be see the IUPAC nomenclature for the amide molecule. So when we are going to be give the IUPAC nomenclature for amide, all the basic rule which we have seen at the starting of this video are same going to be applied for this one. Only suffix part is going to be changed. So what are the amide? Amides are the RCONH2, general formula, and the functional group will be what? RCONH2 is there. So it is the derivative of carboxylic acid, in which OH of acid will be replaced by NH2. So that's why it is the RCONH2, carboxylic acid derivative, which is called as the amide. Now suffix which are going to be utilized as the alkanamide. That means E of the alkane will be replaced by amide, AMIDE. Alkanamide is going to become as the suffix. So in case of the alkane, E of the alkane will be replaced by the amide, and it is going to become as what? Alkanamide. This is same, E of the alkane should be replaced by amide. So this is the IUPAC nomenclature. So for amide functional group, we are going to be write down as the amide, and it is the alkane part is going to be considered this. So it is the alkanamide is going to become as a suffix. So first thing we have to write down, it is a amide. So we have to see the how many carbon atom chain is there. So it is carbon number. Always for amide, numbering should be start from the carbonyl carbon of the amide. So it is the carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atom. So it is a butane, and E of the alkane will be replaced by amide. So it is a butanamide. Next will be what? Carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is again the butanamide, and there is a substituent present at carbon number 3. So it is the 3-methyl butanamide. Will be the IUPAC nomenclature of this structure. A next structure which we are going to be discuss, it is again amide as the functional group, and 3 carbon atom chain is there. Numbering should be start from carbonyl carbon of the amide. So it is carbon number 1, 2, 3. So it is a propane. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become propanamide. That means E of the alkane will be replaced by amide. So it is a propanamide. Now we have to again see longest possible carbon chain. Carbon 1 start from the amide carbonyl carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atom is here. So it is a pentanamide. Which is the substituent present? Which is the methyl. At what carbon atom it is going to be present? Carbon number 4. So it is going to become as a 4-methyl pentanamide as the IUPAC nomenclature of this structure. Now we are going to see some of the complex structure in which there are multiple substituents there. So functional group is amide. We have to see the longest possible carbon chain. Numbering should be start from the carbonyl carbon. So it is going to become as carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is a hexenamide, and 3 substituents are there which are methyl. So it is a trimethyl, and position of substituent is what? Carbon number 3 and 4. So it is going to become the 3, 3, 4 trimethyl hexenamide as the IUPAC nomenclature for the amide. Next, very first we have to see the amide as the functional group. We have to check longest possible carbon chain. So it is carbon number 1 starting from the amide carbonyl carbon, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atom hexane. So in case of the amide, E will be replaced by amide. So it is going to become the hexenamide. So that's why we have written as the hexenamide. What is the position of substituent? It is a carbon number 4 and carbon number 5. 2 methyl is there. So utilize the prefix as the di. So it is going to become as the 4, 5 di methyl hexenamide. For this structure again, select the longest possible carbon chain. So it is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. So it is a hexenamide. Position of the substituent is what? Carbon number 4 contain ethyl, carbon number 5 contain methyl. But in case of the ethyl and methyl, as a multiple but different substituent, we have to utilize the alphabetical order for the substituent. So by alphabetical order, ethyl come first, then methyl. So we are going to be write down it as a 4 ethyl, this one, then 5 methyl, then hexenamide. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become this for this compound. So when we are going to be write down the IUPAC nomenclature for the cyclic ring containing the amide, that means amide group are the substituted part to the cyclic ring. So in that case, we have to utilize the carboxamide, CARBOXAMIDE. So that carboxamide suffix should be utilized with the alkane. So what is the alkane part is there? It is the cyclopentane. So it is going to become cyclopentane carboxamide. In case of the cyclic, we have to retain E of the alkane part as it is. So it is going to become cyclopentane carboxamide. So for this molecule, it is going to become as the cyclopentane carboxamide. But the position of methyl is this carbon should be given number 1 and not the amide carbonyl. In case of the cyclic system, always give the number to the carbon 1 on which carbon atom that amide group has been substituted to the ring. So it is a carbon number 1, then 2. So it is going to become as the 2-methyl cyclopentane carboxamide. So that carboxamide should be utilized as the suffix. So for this molecule, it is a 6-member ring is there. So it is a cyclohexane. So nomenclature is going to become cyclohexane carboxamide. Now again it will be the ethyl is the substituent. We have to give numbering to this carbon. So it is carbon number 1, then 2. 6-member ring is there. So it is a cyclohexane carboxamide. And it will be the 2 position which is substituted by ethyl. So it is a 2-ethyl cyclohexane carboxamide. 1 can be written. If you are not going to be write down, it is also okay. So now we are going to be see the IUPAC nomenclature of the acid halide. So in case of the IUPAC nomenclature of the acid halide, so acid halide is also the carboxylic acid derivative in which OH of the acid will be replaced by the halide group like chloro, bromo, iodo or the fluoro. So what is acid halide? Acid halide is a RCOX, where X can be the chloro, fluoro, bromo or the iodo. So the general functional group will be the RCOX. And when we are going to be give the IUPAC nomenclature for carboxylic acid, we have to utilize the suffix as what? Alkanoyl halide. So that alkanoyl part will be the carboxylic acid group and halide will be the X. So it is a halide can be the chlorine, bromine, iodine and fluorine. So in case of the chlorine, it is a chloride. For fluorine, it is a fluoride. For bromine, it is a bromide. And for iodine, it is going to become as the iodide. So these are the halide names will be given as the suffix. So E of the alkane will be replaced by oil halide. First we have to find out which is the longest possible alkane chain. Then we have to replace E of that corresponding alkane by oil halide. So nomenclature is going to become as what? Alkanoyl halide. So this is the RCOX, that black part which has been written here, which is the alkane group will be considered, which is the alkanoyl, because it is a carboxylic acid part. So it is the alkanoyl, and X will be the halide, where X will be the chloro, bromo, iodo, fluoro. So we have started the IUPAC nomenclature of the acid halide. First we have to see which is the longest carbon chain. So it is carbon number 1, 2, 3. So it is going to become a propane. So E of the propane will be replaced by oil halide. Which is the halide? It is a chlorine. So it is a chloride. So it is a propanoyl chloride, where E of the alkane will be replaced by corresponding oil halide. So for chlorine it is a chloride. The next nomenclature that we are going to be see, which is written like, we have to see the longest carbon chain. So it is a carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a butanoyl chloride. And it is the third substituent is there. So it is a 3-methyl butanoyl chloride. So methyl group which is present at carbon number 3. First thing we have to decide which is the longest carbon chain. Numbering will be always start from the carbonyl carbon of the acid halide. So it is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4. So it is a butanoyl chloride for 4 carbon. And it is the third carbon contain methyl substituent. So it is a 3-methyl butanoyl chloride. Now we have to, it is a acid bromide is there. So we have to see which is the longest carbon chain. Carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atom chain is there. So it is a butanoyl halide. Which is the halide? Bromine. So it is a butanyl bromide. Substituent present at carbon number 3. So it is a 3-methyl butanoyl bromide. So for this molecule we have to see longest possible carbon chain started from the carboxylic carbon group of the acid halide. So it is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4 carbon atom, so it is a butane. E of the alkane will be replaced by oil halide. So it is a butanoyl halide. But which halide is there? Bromine. So it is going to become as the butanoyl bromide. Or for butane it is also called as butyl bromide also. Next, carbon number 1 should be started from carbonyl carbon. So it is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 carbon atom, pentane. E will be replaced by oil halide. So it is a chlorine to chloride. So it is a pentanoyl chloride. And methyl is a substituent at carbon number 4. So it is a 4-methyl pentanoyl chloride. Will be the IUPAC nomenclature for the acid halide. Now it is a iodine derivative is there. So we are going to be see the longest possible carbon chain. So start from the carbon of the carbonyl group. So it is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 6 carbon atom it is going to become a hexane. E will be replaced by oil halide. For iodine it is a iodide. So it is a hexanoyl iodide. So this is the nomenclature, hexanoyl iodide. And 3-methyl substituents are present at carbon number 3 and 4. So it is a trimethyl. So it is a 3, 3, 4 trimethyl hexanoyl iodide. For this molecule, the IUPAC nomenclature is going to become, we have to see the longest possible carbon chain. So it is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms. So it is a hexane. And E will be replaced by oil halide. So it is a chloride. So it is a hexanoyl chloride. Now a ethyl substituent present at carbon number 4 and methyl substituent is going to be present at carbon number 5. But in case of the methyl and ethyl, we have to utilize the alphabetical order. So E come first as a ethyl substituent. So it will become as what? 4 ethyl 5 methyl hexanoyl chloride. So we have written this chloride belong to this chlorine. Hexanoyl means longest carbon chain. It is a 5 methyl 4 ethyl. Now for the next molecule we have to see carbon number 1 will be the carbonyl carbon. Carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4. So it is a butanoyl halide. So it is going to become as a butanoyl bromide because halide present is the bromine. And it is a methyl substituent at carbon number 3. So it is a 3-methyl butanoyl bromide. We have to start the numbering to the carbon while selecting the longest possible carbon chain from the carbonyl carbon of the acid halide will be given as the number 1 in nomenclature. So when we are going to be given the IUPAC nomenclature for the cyclic acid halide, in that we have to write down the nomenclature as the carbonyl chloride as it is. So we have to write down it is the carbonyl chloride as the suffix. So not carbonyl chloride, it is a carbonyl halide. Now in this case, which is a substituent? Chloride. So it is a carbonyl chloride. So it is a cyclopentane carbonyl chloride. So this is the name, cyclopentane carbonyl chloride. What is the position of methyl? Now whenever there is a cyclic system, do not start the numbering from the carbonyl carbon. We have to give the number to the carbon 1 on which carbon atom this acid halide group has been substituted or bonded. So this is the position. So this will be given as carbon number 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is going to become as a 2-methyl cyclopentane carbonyl chloride. So carbonyl halide will be utilized as the suffix for the cyclic ring containing the acid halide. So this is again 5-member ring is there. So it is going to become the cyclopentane and suffix will be the carbonyl halide. So it is a cyclopentane carbonyl chloride. So now in case of the bromine, this is a 6-member ring. So it is a cyclohexane. So it is going to become the cyclohexane carbonyl bromide. So carbonyl halide will be the suffix. So it is a carbonyl bromide. Cyclohexane carbonyl bromide. Now this is again the cyclohexane carbonyl bromide is there. So start the numbering from this carbon atom to which acid halide is attached. So this is a 1, then 2 clockwise. So ethyl is the substituent present at carbon number 2. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become 2-ethyl cyclohexane carbonyl bromide. So that 1 will be the position of the carbonyl bromide group. So now we are going to be discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of another acid derivative, which is the anhydride. So it is the IUPAC nomenclature of the anhydride compound. So rule for the IUPAC nomenclature for the anhydride. First, anhydride will be having the general structure as RC double bond O OCOR. So this is the general structure for the anhydride, which functional group will be the same RC double bond O OCOR. That means oxygen is in between two carbonyl groups. Oxygen will be present between two carbonyl groups. So this is the anhydride. And the IUPAC nomenclature of anhydride will be written in such a way that it will be written as the alkanoic anhydride. So suffix will be the alkanoic anhydride. This R group is what? Alkanoic group, and anhydride will be the suffix will be utilized. So it is the alkanoic anhydride will be utilized as the suffix for the anhydride nomenclature because it is the derivative of the acid. So it is the alkanoic acid. So we have to write down which is the acid part. Acid part will be written as the alkanoic and remaining group will be written as the anhydride as it is. So it is like the suffix. So it is the alkanoic anhydride. E of the alkane will be replaced by oic anhydride. So IUPAC nomenclature of anhydride will be written as E of the corresponding alkane will be written as the oic anhydride. So this is the same. We have to consider this as the alkane group. So if it is the alkane, so it will be E will be replaced by oic anhydride. So it is the alkanoic anhydride will be written as the name. So we have the first. Now both the side same substituent is there. So it is the ethane. That means it is the ethanoic acid part. This also the ethanoic acid part. So we are going to be write down E of the acid will be replaced by oic anhydride. So it will be what? Ethanoic anhydride. So because carbon number 1, carbon number 2. So it is the ethanoic anhydride. Next molecule, it is unsymmetrical anhydride. One side there is a 2 carbon atom. It is a ethyl group. So one side there is a 3 carbons. So it is a propyl. So we have to start the alphabetical order. So it is going to become as what? Ethanoic for this part, propionic for this part. So it is going to become as ethanoic, propionic anhydride. For symmetrical anhydride, we are going to utilize it only once. For unsymmetrical anhydride, we have to utilize both the acid containing groups. So it is the ethanoic it is the propionic, so it is the ethanoic propionic anhydride. So for this molecule, both the side chains are same like propane group. This also the carbon, 3 carbon atoms of propane. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become as propanoic anhydride. Propane is the chain. E will be replaced by oic anhydride. So IUPAC nomenclature is going to become propanoic anhydride. For unsymmetrical, we have to check both the rings, both the chain. It is carbon 1, 2, 3. So it is the ethanoic. And another one is, it is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. 3 carbon atoms. So it is a propane. So it is going to become as a propanoic. Another carbon is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a butanoic. In butanoic and propanoic, we have to utilize the alphabetical order. So it is going to become as what? Butanoic propanoic anhydride, or can be written as what? Butric. For butanoic, we can utilize the butric word also. So it is going to become as butric propanoic anhydride. This is again the anhydride molecule. So one side there is 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3. So it is a propanoic group is there. Another side it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atom. So it is a pentanoic. So we have to choose the longest chain first. So it is going to become as what? Pentanoic propanoic anhydride. And for this molecule, one chain is what? Carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atom means it is going to become as what? Pentanoic. And another side there is what? 1, 2, 3. But substitute there, so it is the isobutyric group is there. So it will be written as what? Isobutyric will become first, then P will become. So it is the isobutyric pentanoic anhydride as the IUPAC nomenclature for this anhydride. So for IUPAC nomenclature for the anhydride molecule, we have to check the longest carbon chain in which E of the alkane will be replaced by the oic anhydride, OIC anhydride. So during this discussion, we have seen about IUPAC nomenclature for the 4 carboxylic acid functional group derivative, which are nothing but the ester, amide, anhydride and the acid halide. So if you like the content of this video, you can share this video, as well as you can like this video, and you can subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.